Alright, so for my final project, I decided to talk about the autonomous technology. That was our latest chapter that we just had in class. And I think this is a perfect topic to talk about because there's so many improvements, so many modifications that have been made to it. So first, let's talk about, there's a perfect website that talks about what autonomous things there are in 2021, what matters, examples, etc. So like, what is an autonomous thing? So it's a device, as it says here, a device that works on specific tasks autonomously without human interaction thanks to AI algorithms. So there's two different types of autonomous. There's semi-autonomous and there's autonomous. Semi-autonomous uses some human help, and fully autonomous means it's fully dependent on the AI programming and all that stuff. And why it's important, there's a lot of things why it's important. I think one of the biggest things it helps with is just eliminating the mundane tasks that humans can do. So they don't only apply to like military or cars, they can apply in like factories, where we can machines just do the same tasks. Instead of using a human who can more productively do other things, they can use an AI. I just mentioned vehicles, right? The autonomous vehicles. I think a Tesla is a great example of this. Tesla has used a lot of kind of like self-pilot technology. Now, while it's not perfect and there's still a lot of testing going on, I think it's something that's really pushing those boundaries of the autonomous world and the AI world. Another one that's really pushing that is as well as the military. The military has used this a ton for like scout drones. They've done a lot of testing on planes that are flying to like, instead of having a pilot, we use the AI to fly the plane. And I think there's pros and cons of that, right? There's pros is like that you don't have that human risk, right? You don't risk losing that life of that person, that pilot. And another pro that could possibly be there is that sometimes those AIs are a lot more accurate, they're a lot more reactive, whereas humans they tend to stall and tend to not do as well. And so I think that using this autonomous technology is really pushing our world forward. There's so many different types of ways that we can use this nowadays, and this really helps us to kind of make ourselves more productive. I mean, you can see it both ways. You can see it as making us less productive in the sense that like, oh, I'm just going to have a robot do it, I'm going to AI do it. But instead, I think it could make us more productive in the sense that like, instead of us as a machine we were doing the same mundane task or putting our lives at risk, we could be, inventing new ideas, making new AI, or pushing these boundaries even further. And so I think this is a great topic. There's still so much more to go on. I just want to quickly just show you these again our sources. It's the Strategy Bridge. There is Willis Towers Watson, and just a AI multiple are my three sources. And so I hope you enjoyed listening to my topic.